Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Duels. This week we're going to be taking a look at a subscriber deck submitted by Ben Packer, so thank you very much for the list. It is essentially a Naya aggro deck that uses a lot of Exer and stuff like that to win around turn 4 or 5 with big creatures. So we did play this on stream and it did really well, so I thought we might take it for a spin on the channel as well. So without further ado, let's get into the games. I will see you there. Alright, we're in, and we have an interesting hand on a captain on turn 2 with a Selfless Spirit to back it up later, plus prepare so that we can fight with them. Let's do it. Leads off with a mountain, so the captain might not live too long, but we have a Lathnu Hellion to follow it up with if we hit our land drops, which is not something I can rely on being me. Okay. Land and pass. See what they're up to. Still mono red, or are we a multicolored deck? Blue and red. Interesting. And passes. We have a Harness Lightning to deal with any creatures that might pop up. Let's go in with the captain. Save the spirit for later, I suppose. Sensor? Yeah, sure. Whatever, friend. Whatever. Still need that land drop, though. We're nothing without that land drop. Land, and looks like they're going to pass. Come on, land drop. Hey, tapped land drop. So play it, play a Selfless Spirit. Countered? Nope. Okay. Might have burned for it though, to be fair. No, let it resolve. Okay. Interesting. Into Dark Slick Drake. Now I see the issue here. You have a blocker. Fortunately for us, we have a Hellion. And my Hellion trumps your Drake. Temporarily. You can keep it alive by half-arsing a Harness Lightning as well to make 2 energy. Swing for 4. Let's it go. And then we go and pay the 2 energy. And then we have a Neurosis champion later down the line as well, which can also just find us a game win out of nowhere. Gonna kill our Selfless Spirit, we'll sack it in response. Not that that particularly makes much of a difference, but still, it's the usual go-to play in this situation. We can hit our opponent for 8 this turn. And a Canopy Vista. So, Neurosis champion doesn't actually survive through a Sky Sovereign, who is crew 3, so he's going to need another creature. Well, land drops are given. Question is, do we insult for 8, or do we champion to hope that he doesn't have another creature in hand or removal? I think insult is the correct play here. Could also hit for 6 with lifelink. But if we hit a land drop, we can champion and then use prepare to keep it alive from a Sky Sovereign trigger. So, yeah, let's do that. Insult. All damage is doubled and cannot be prevented. Hit him for 8. Down to 8. Need a land drop here, really. Otherwise, I'm not particularly comfortable about playing a champion. Blood Rage Brawler. Well, there's his Sky Sovereign Crewman. Has to discard. Might be a Fiery Temper, maybe. probably something worthwhile. It's a card I've never seen before in my entire life. Ice over. Enchant artifact or creature doesn't untap. Right, okay. Taking 8, down to 10. It's a lot of damage. We might have to harness lightning the brawler so that he can't get in with the Sky Sovereign. Samut. Missed our land drop as well. That would have been nice. Yeah, I think we'll just have to harness lightning. Kill the brawler. Potentially keep Sky Sovereign from attacking in, which might buy us a turn. And an Ether Hub. So, if the stream is anything to go by, this turn's the turn that we're going to win out of nowhere. That's what it did every single time we played it. But that's not today, because I don't have good luck. It's just not a thing. We'll play our champion. And we'll just hope that that's enough. Harness lightning is not enough. Even holding up a prepare wouldn't be enough. Alright. So we're taking 2 unless he's got another creature here. Well, he's got lands. Wish we had lands. Lands are nice. Come on, land. Land into like a glory bringer. Take down the Drake. They do get to draw a card if we did that, but it would keep them further away from Sky Sovereign potentially. Looks like it's just carry Zev though. Carry Zev. Pass the turn. It's 4 mana for the other side, isn't it? Yes, it is indeed. Trophy Mage gets a converted mana cost 3 artifact. Ethersphere Harvester. And an Imprison in the Moon for our Carry Zev. They've just got all the answers. And that's going to be game anyway, so... Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully the next game goes better than this did. We got them to 8, I suppose, but still. I wanted to win out of nowhere, damn it. Alright, let's go on to the next game. See you there. Alright, we're in, and on the draw, we've got turn 2 on a Crop Captain, and a turn 2 Carry Zev, and a turn 2 Selfless Spirit. That's quite the nice little curve there, and we can cast all of them without the energy. So I'll keep it. We're also on the draw, so we might find something nice. Our opponent went down to 6 cards, leaves off with an island. Okay, well, let's go with a Canopy Vista. It's green source. Still lets our Clifftop Retreat come into play untapped, as it is also a Plains. And a Jace. Graphical bug that will now get fixed. Okay, so we got a Crasher. Let's get the Captain down, because next turn the Crasher can come in. This can come into play as well, give a boost to everything. That's the most damage, I believe. Loots with Jace. See if he's more than mono blue. Discards a Sensor. Holding up a counter. Alright, we'll play a mountain. So we could play around Sensor with Carry Zev. It's the slower, conservative play, or we could just go straight in with the Crasher. Trying to hope for a little bit more damage. We're getting 3 in anyway. So it's whether or not I care about the Crasher so much. I don't know if he's going to be much of a blocking kind of creature-based deck, so the exert side of it's not going to be too relevant, but the damage is going to be great. He's definitely holding up a counter though. A hard counter at that. Let's do it. Yep, there it is. Alright, hit him for 3. Get those counters out of his hands. Being that he's down to 4, the chances of him having a full handful of counters is slightly lesser. Although that being said, Jace can loot as well. Alright, let's play a Plains. Play Carry Zev into a counter. And then Selfless Spirit. Loops with Jace. There are no 1 mana counters. That was an unsubstantiate. You might need that if you can't get these off the board. So he needs to be able to bounce things. If we get to untap, we get Blossoming Defense, which allows us to protect our creatures from any of these bounce shenanigans, which might take up a turn as well. Loops again. He's going to flip Jace this time. That was a commit to memory. Ticks up on the Selfless Spirit. I'm tempted to just leave Jace alone and just try to go for full value. So you can minus for unsubstantiates and things like that. Minusing for counters is not really a thing you do with that Jace. Alright, play the Cinderglade. We can actually still attack in, funnily enough, because the captain's going to give it +1/+0. And then a Blossoming Defense will kill Jace if he doesn't have a counter. Grip of the Royal. Blossoming Defense. Now your Jace is dead. Okay. 5 and pumped to 6. Jace down. See what you can do from there. If we draw any more lands, I will scream. Go straight to pass. Okay. Insult. Ugh, insult, eh? That's 10 damage with an insult. Can I point this at target player? So if this resolves, I can kill my own creature and then point the 2 damage, which is going to be 4, at our opponent, because it's not its creature's controller. See if we can resolve an insult. Probably not, but stops him from tapping down our creatures, which also gets that threat in. Telling Time, looking for some sort of counter. 2 mana counter at that. Probably unsubstantiate then. Nope, he didn't find it. Insult. Damage cannot be prevented. Swing in with our creatures. He's got a grip of the Royal, surged, so he wasn't just dead. Come on. We hit for 4. I'm not going to fire off an injury at my own creature anymore. At least I don't think so. No. I think we'll leave them on the board. Land and pass. We're going to hit for 2. Going to hit for 4. Potentially. Anyway, let's see how this goes. Oh, bugger, I could have untapped you. Yeah, well. Pump. Play an Ether, pass. It's got lethal. And passes. Okay. Didn't come back to bite us. Always a good sign. Swinging with everything. Unless, of course, he has a grip of the Royal here. He has an unsubstantiate. Which buys him a turn. Hit him for 2 down to 4. Captain. Coming back down. No counters in hand. I'm just going to hold this land even though it's the AI and really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Going to land and pass again. Yep. Just did not have the answers. I don't even know what his win condition is if I'm completely honest. It's probably tutelage. Swing. 3 damage each. Gonna make some Thopters to double block. Yep. Carry Zev. Pass the turn. Land and pass. Oh, he's gonna go for memory. Refill our hand. Really bad move. Completely honest. Because now we can go mental. Insult, everything's doubled. And Crasher. Hasty 3-2. Prepare, give that lifelink. Ultimate BMs. Let's go. No exit. Make a 2-1. Pump everything up. From 4 down to... I don't think they'll show me actually because we got a first striker. Yeah. Alright. That was alright. There was a few punts there, but we got there in the end. The opponent was on the back foot the entire time, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. Alright, we're in, and we've got a 2-lander. We can actually get Carry Zev down on time with a lot of pump spells. And maybe if we hit 3rd land, we got a Lathnu Hellion. It's a pretty fast hand if all goes well. If they've got a removal for our Carry Zev, though, we're going to cry. Let's go with it, though. And play a mountain. Pass. Is this a turn 4 win? I don't think so. By the looks of things, we've got Carry Zev, and then on turn 3 we attack in for 4, 5, 6. And then we've got the Lathnu Hellion as well to attack in with. That Sun Petal's actually annoying. Well, we've got to go Ether Hub though. I think we want Carry Zev coming down. She's a lot harder to block. And if our opponent has a creature to block the Lathnu Hellion, we get no damage through. Whereas Carry Zev at least gets 1 damage through and maybe trades off a monkey. Cathartic Reunion. Okay. Discarding. Let's hope for an untapped land as well. Ooh. Okay. Bombardment and take inventory. The next Galvanic Bombardment will kill Carry Zev. Got to bear that in mind. I ask for something that makes this come into play untapped. I get the exact same card. Wonderful. Right, well, we're going to have to go Sun Petal Grove. I think if our opponent's going to go with a bombardment, we need to hold up either one of our pump spells. Just to keep her alive and keep that pressure on, because it'll kind of take our opponent out of a bit of mana as well, so it'd be a bit of a wasted spell for the most part. It's going to cost us some energy, but we can use High Spire Infusion to get more energy as well, which also keeps around the Lathnu Hellion in future turns. So let's see if he's got removal. See if he goes to use it this turn. Because the annoying thing that he could do is just wait until our combat phase, which is the correct thing to do before removing our Karizev. Because then I can't play the Lathnu Hellion because I have to leave up and pump spells. Goes with a Sphinx's Tutelage and taps down. Interesting. And on a crop captain. Right, well I think we're going to go with the Lathnu Hellion. We can pump that up, give it extra energy, keep it around as well, and then the Honored Captain can come down later and start pumping stuff up. This is just the most damage immediately, and then we get to play a tap land as well, so it's not too bad. Hit for 7, down to 10. Monkey goes away, we pay the energy to keep the Hellion around. And see if our opponent can win from here. Mills another Karizev and a land. Take inventory, draws 2 cards. Mills us for 4 minimum. Oh, hits a big chunk there. Injuries in the graveyard though. And they pass. Okay, so I think we just win here. Let's swing in. Goes to remove one of our creatures. Lightning Axe. On Karizev. Yeah, we can pump her up enough with a High Spire Infusion. And a Prepare as well. Another Galvanic Bombardment. Another Lightning Axe. Okay. So he's only taking 4 here. Discards another land. Still got enough energy left over to pay for the Hellion again. I reckon that's probably him out of removal though. Pay the energy. Tutelage trigger. It's Hellion and an Ether Hub. Plays a Jace, which allows us to use injury in the graveyard to point lethal at our opponent. 2 to a creature, 2 to his face, making Hellion a lethal threat. And swing in. We've got a bit of pump in response to any burn that he's got. Another Lightning Axe. Another High Spire Infusion. Take him up to a 6/6, he takes 5. 7/7, sorry. 2 toughness, needs that to be a burn spell, but it isn't. GG. Alright, that was a bit clunky, but it worked out. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's episode, so if you did enjoy the content, then be sure to leave a like. It helps me out a great deal, lets me know you're enjoying the series. As always, don't forget to hit that little bell icon as well, right next to the subscription button. And don't forget to check out the Gwent content as well that I released the other day as well, because that might end up replacing Magic Duels in the long run, so you probably will enjoy it. You've got to give it a bit of time. If it's maybe not your thing the first time around, you've got to watch a few videos of it. Can't encourage that enough. That was kind of my approach to Gwent, and I absolutely love that game now, so I would highly recommend it if you are interested in a different game after Duels. Anyway, like and subscribe, hit the bell icon right next to the subscription button, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later guys, bye bye.